Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Side Hustle with Mo. I am Mo, and I talk about side hustles. I hope you're doing good wherever you are. I just want to talk about something real quick today. That's my worst ever Turo experience. I have two coming to my mind, but there's one that I think was worse than the other one. And this was when a guest came in, booked my one of my trucks for 2 days. It was a quick thing. I had like an hour or less to get the vehicle ready. He wanted to pick it up right away with his family. So I'm like, sure, I'll do that. I mean, I get the vehicle ready for you and you pick it up. So the guest came, picked up the vehicle and left. That was it. 24 hours later, I got a call from the guest that something wasn't quite right with the truck. I'm like, what could be wrong with it? So he was like, when he was driving, he realized that the oil level was low. So he went to the gas station, he bought some oil, he put it in there, and he continued driving. So the first time he had an issue with the vehicle, he went to the gas station, he put oil in it. Then he proceeded to drive another 5 hours and then realized that the oil was low again. And then he put some more oil on it. So he sent me pictures of the oil he was putting and all that. Turned out that he was putting the wrong type of oil in the vehicle. Now, he didn't call me before. By the time he called me, he had put oil in the vehicle twice and there was a leak. Now, he said the vehicle was sounding like a tractor and it was sounding so loud, it sounded like a tractor, and he couldn't move it anymore. There was nowhere to go. So I'm like, okay, where are you? And then he mentioned he was in California. I'm like, you're in California in 24 hours. You picked up my vehicle from the Midwest. You drove all the way to California in 24 hours. I didn't know it was possible to drive that much in such a short time frame. But that was what he did. He was the only driver on the listing, on the receipt, the reservation he made. He didn't have an alternative driver or secondary driver. So how did you drive 24 hours? How did you drive over 1,000 miles, like 1,400 miles in 24 hours? It made no sense. But the point was he was stranded. He said he was with his family. They had nowhere else to go. The car would move. So I said, okay, call Turo customer care, call the Turo roadside support and see what they can do. So he called roadside support and they decided to, I mean, that was the only thing they could do. The only thing they could do was to tow the vehicle back to me. Now, when he said it was sounding like a tractor, the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh man, this guest has blown my engine. He's blown off the engine. Like it makes no. That's the only thing that came to my mind. I was like, that engine must be gone. Now Turo towed the vehicle. Before they towed the vehicle, they called me to confirm where I wanted them to tow it to. I give them the address, and the agent was like, "Ma'am, are you sure that that's a very long distance?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, the car has to be towed back to where it was picked up from." They're like, "Do I have anybody in California where they can drive it to?" I'm like, "No, I don't. You can't tow it to anywhere in California. You have to bring it back to me. I am in the Midwest. Get the truck back to me." Now, after about 2, 3 days, Turo got the vehicle back to me. I took it to my mechanic to take a look at it, and he said the engine was bad. The engine was gone. There was something mechanical issues and all that. Or they said the engine was bad. I'm like, what could have caused it? Said most likely the oil that was put. There was probably a little problem, but the oil that was put aggravated the problem. So he should not have put the wrong kind of oil. He should have called me immediately, would have gotten through involved, would have gotten the vehicle back to me, but it have preserved my vehicle, preserved my engine. But the guest took it upon himself to do that. That is strictly against the true policy. You're not supposed to, guests are not supposed to rent your vehicle and then put oil in it or go changing things ordinarily. But this guy didn't tell me. He didn't let me know something was wrong. He just did things of his own accord. Now, the vehicle got back to me. I reached out to Cyril to say, hey, this is what is going on. There's something wrong with my engine. The guest has, spoiled my engine and all that. Now, with Turo and mechanical issues, it's pretty tricky. They treat mechanical issues different from how they would treat an accident. So I got the report from my mechanic. I sent it to Turo. They said since it was a mechanical issue, they covered it under, they classified it as a mechanical issue, and they were going to have to send their own mechanic over to my mechanic shop to go do his own analysis and confirm what I had said. So after a couple of days, their own mechanic came over, checked the vehicle, and he said that there was nothing wrong with it. that there was nothing he could prove that was wrong with the vehicle. As far as he was concerned, the vehicle was fine. Now, when I got there, I cranked up the engine. It did come up. I tried to drive the vehicle. It did move. So it looked fine, but it was leaking oil, like the engine, the oil part of it, not gas, the oil, the place you put oil and all that, it was leaking. It was a slow leak, but it was leaking. I don't even think it was a leak, it was a major leak. In 24 hours, you put gas in it, in 24 hours, it was empty again. So I went back and forth with Turo a couple of times. He said no, there was nothing they could do. It's a mechanical issue. I was like, but the guest put bad oil in my vehicle and messed it up even further, or probably even destroyed the engine. But Turo was adamant. He said no, it's a mechanical issue. There's nothing they can do in that case. And the mechanic told them that the vehicle was fine. Even though the mechanic told them the vehicle was fine, Turo refused to list the vehicle back on the platform. So they unlisted the vehicle and kept it unlisted while telling me it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. They were not going to pay for anything, but they won't let me continue to lease the vehicle. So kind of didn't make too much sense, but that was what they did. I wasn't going to list the vehicle because I knew something was definitely wrong. It was either change the engine or sell the vehicle completely. So yeah, I took a hit there, I took a loss there, but I decided to let go of the vehicle, cut my losses, and move on. Because that vehicle, that particular truck, was one of my high earners. It was always constantly going out, 7-seater. It was a Toyota truck, very good on gas and all that. It had a lot of life in it, right? But I had to let it go. So that's what I did. I let the vehicle go. I replaced it with another one, and I moved on. But that was my worst experience. If not for that event, I would definitely still have that vehicle now, because I have a similar vehicle, similar year, that started on the platform about the same time, and the other one is still going fast and strong. The guests love it. So I'm pretty sure that if I had that one, it would still be on there, would still be doing good things for me. But yeah, I had to let it go because I don't like having car issues. I don't like when guests pick up the car and then they need to tow it back and all that. So I just let the vehicle go. I replaced it with a different vehicle, and that was how I handled it. But then I took a loss, so that's my worst Turo rental experience as a host so far. I don't ever want to deal with that kind of thing, and I hope it doesn't happen. But you can't totally prevent everything in this line of work. Even if you do your maintenance on time, which I do, you get your vehicles in top shape, things still happen. So this happened to me, was unfortunate. It's the only one that's ever happened. It's been this bad, and I hope I don't experience anything like that again. But all in all, we stay strong. If you haven't subscribed to my video, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. But most importantly, stay tuned and watch out for my next video. I will catch you in my next video. Bye.